This is how this one little ledge turned into me painting my entire park. Come with me as we check out the process. I wanted to do a little tutorial on how to paint a ledge and have it look semi-realistic. I've been wanting to do it for a while anyway, so I figured I'd document the process and let's check it out. First, you gotta gather your supplies. For me, I was just gonna use acrylic paint. My park's all cement and this ledge is all cement. And man, it looks so nice. I just wanted to get rid of the raw cement look. So I got black, gray, and white acrylic paint. Doesn't really matter what quality or brand paint that you get. And then I wasn't really sure of the process I was gonna go through to do this. Obviously I know what a skated ledge looks like, but I had never painted one personally yet, so I was actually excited to try this and document the process. So I started just painting the waxy area, not really sure if I was gonna leave the cement exposed and then have just the wax look on it. That ended up not working so good, so I actually went and painted the entire ledge gray first. So that gray base coat gave it a really good undertone, so I could start actually putting the wax look on it and the dirty grunginess of it. But again, having that consistent gray base really helped out. So technically you only need black and white for this project, but I liked having the gray because having an actual gray from a bottle just gives you a consistent color every time. So then you're not too worried about it. Not that you need this grungy ledge to match in any nature, so. Next I wanted to put a bunch of little tags on it. Wasn't sure, there was no real plan. Just wanted to throw a couple markings and tags on there. Shout out a couple of my sponsors on there. And then also kind of go over the top of the tags with a little bit more paint. Again, so it looks like it's super old and like it's been there for a while. The last step for painting these ledges, I want to clear coat them. The clear coat helps just lock everything in. Also helps grind a little smoother after you clear coat it. All I had in the garage was a gloss clear coat, which I usually like a satin or a matte, honestly, but for now, this was fine. The gloss is probably gonna grind and slide better anyway. And then some of the last steps after I clear coated it is I wanted to throw a couple more stickers on there. Again, for any of you fingerboard companies out there, make little baby stickers. I love that Kems's boards always come with tiny sticker sheets, so just cut out a couple of those, put some of those on the ledge. I printed a few of my own stickers as well that I threw on there. And then after I put this sweet ledge in the corner of my park, I realized my entire park is so bare that it looks incredibly funny with this one really cool painted ledge. So this is what sparked the entire project, basically. So after I painted this ledge, I realized the undertaking that I need to paint the entire skate park. I knew this was going to take a while, so nothing to do but start. So the same process I did on the ledge is what I'm doing on the whole park, is just giving a light wash with acrylic gray and some of the black. Again, there's no wrong here. It's just like a grungy gray black mixture, so you can't really do it incorrectly, I don't feel like. But now it's on a much larger scale to try and make the entire park look a little more realistic. Now I just wanted to paint this ledge and then try and get a couple clips on this ledge. That was the initial goal, but it turned into this entire video of, well, now I need to paint my entire park. So it was quite the undertaking, but I was actually excited because I loved how it started to look right away. Everything's looking so cool. So after I get some of the base coat on here, I wanted to sticky tack the ledge down so that it can't move anymore. Sticky tack's some of the best stuff ever. It's pretty cheap. I'll put a link in the description, of course. It's an essential piece of fingerboarding. You have to have sticky tack, in my opinion. Just locks everything down and keeps it great. No moving. Now, last gotta wax it a little bit. It really doesn't need much wax, but it's nice to just slide and have it not resist. So after that, I was excited to finally try and get a couple clips on this thing. Just fingerboard clips with paint all over your hands. I mean, what's better? But again, let me know what you think. Tag me in your videos where you try and paint your obstacle. I'd love to see how they turn out. After I stacked a couple clips, I really wanted to keep painting the rest of the park, so that was the next process. Just got these stairs from Mini Skate Spot. They're really sick, 3D printed and then filled with cement, and it has this movable rail. But again, it had the dry cement look to it, so I wanted to paint the entire set. Then it's gonna match the park. I love the final look of this thing. I mean, let me know what you think of the look so far. This video keeps going because I really wanted to get a little more detail, and I didn't want to have to paint again. So my goal was to just try and do it right one time. Now I do in the future want to add a bunch more graffiti and tags and that kind of stuff onto the park, so we'll see where we end up at the end of the day. But until then, and then just continue with my process of putting this base coat of paint down on the park, a little bit wet and washy, and then coming back in with black and doing a lot more of the detail of the wax. I started adding little cracks and curbs and just painting all these little tiny details that I didn't think would be so fun to do, but this was actually such a cool project. Now again, it was quite time consuming. I did not expect it to take nearly as much time as it did. The whole time I'm like, oh, this looks good, I want to get a clip, but I really need to keep painting so I can just finish. Then it's clip time. So even when I only got half the park done, I was realizing how much more work there was to finish the other half of the park. So I really got all the base coats down first, and then I started to add tiny little highlights and a lot of the crack details. I'll probably come back in a little later with some airbrush, and like I said, I'm going to add graffiti to the park at some point. For now, I really love how it's looking, so I just kind of wanted to leave it as is for a little bit before I start getting too crazy painting everything. I'm excited to keep painting on my park. For now, this is what it looks like. Honestly, I'm pretty stoked. If it stayed like this forever, I'd be happy. But I know that I'll probably change it pretty quickly. But hopefully this tutorial helps someone out there paint their own park a little bit. Even just to see my process. It doesn't mean you need to follow it, but it might give you a good idea of where to start and how to begin the process of painting your own things. As always, thanks for watching. I feel like I need to try and get a couple clips on this thing. Maybe end the video like that, we'll see. No, but I appreciate you checking out the video. More to come. Pager 1, and I'm out. Pager 1. Peace.